YouTube? It's your boy Aaron coming at you with another video, and on today's video we're gonna talk about functioning of the mind. Yes, I'm trying to figure out a better way to say that, functioning of the mind, or creating an arsenal. Ooh, I like that. Creating an arsenal, an emotional arsenal. Ooh, yes. Okay, so create an emotional arsenal. And I think that, for instance, here, I want to give you an example so you know where we at. Fear is like a big one. A big one. Fear is something that I feel like is an emotion that can really derail us. It can make us not do things. It can make us do things we never thought we would do. It can make us, depressed. It can make us,
it can make us we can be, what's the word, overbearing, or maybe you're bossy, or you're a micromanager. Fear, maybe you're a warrior. Maybe you become a little militant from fear.
Fear can make you do all types of stuff, and I think my point, I know my point is this. I'd rather use emotions as a tool, which is why I say an arsenal, versus being enslaved by these emotions. Because when fear can make you do so much, it's easy to say that you could be enslaved by fear, because you're just swinging in an emotion. When you fear something, you react and respond according to that fear. Okay, so fear could be used in a sense of this. For instance, I take, like, being a student, that's how I typically relate. You could use fear of failure to help you study for exams, right? You'll probably sacrifice this and sacrifice that just to make sure you can get all the information in your head so that you can prepare for a test and be ready for it. But when you go to sit down and actually take the test, you can't use fear of failure anymore, because that's going to a place of, you're just there to take the test. You can't use the fear of failure would distract you from answering the questions, because you're so overwhelmed. It's not like you just chilling, taking information in. You're in a timed environment now to perform. And to perform with all this knowledge that you've gained under anxiety and all of this extra stuff. But you still got something in there. But how can you prove effective on the test if you are wallowed up in the fear of your failure? You don't have enough time. It's not like you were studying. Studying, you had all day to really get it. And like I said, it was less crunching, like less pressure at the time versus in the moment of the actual test. And you can't use fear of success because you actually want to be successful. So in that moment, you have to let go of the fear. You can't be enslaved by it. You have to know when to say, okay, fear, that's enough. When fear comes to your head, that's why I say use it. It has to become an arsenal, a weaponry, or just there has to be a limit on it, a cap. Like, I use it, I say weapon because I can use, the fear is I can't turn off fear. So I have to choose how I want to use it when it enters my space, my mindset. And if it enters my mindset in a time where I need to study for a test, that's fine. I'll study for the test. But when it comes to the actual test, I have to clear my head of all that. And that's not an easy feat to overcome. I think you have to clear your mind and say, hey, I did all I can do, and in this moment, I'm either going to get it or not. And I believe I did all that I could to do it, so I'm going to get it, period. And that's how you have to be, that's how you have to use the fear now to serve you instead of you serving it. And so now you're no longer unstable by fear, but rather stable by it. And you're like, okay, thanks for sending me that fear, but you know, I'm using it in this way to help me, but it's not even, after this is the cap off. There's a standard, there's a place that it can't go beyond. You know, so I'm trying to think of another example. Like, maybe somebody uses fear to be a good parent and to raise their kid to be the best version of themselves, and to hoping that they'll make all the right decisions, and you know, blah blah blah. But then there's get to a point where parents can't be so overwhelmed and consumed with fear when they turn 18 and 19 and they out there living their life, having fun, and you're worried about them. And that's okay to be worried, but you can't, you'll end up killing parts of yourself, destroying parts of yourself, worrying about a job you already did. You're worrying about, you're becoming enslaved by your fear again, by your emotions. So the whole point is, I used fear as a big example because it's a big one, but it could be anything that you could be enslaved. You could be enslaved to happiness and joy that could be coming from this place of codependency with another person, or it could be or maybe not even codependency with another person, but codependency with another object or thing, drugs, or maybe, I don't know, TV. I'm just making up junk. Gambling, porn, all types of stuff come into play when I say you can literally be enslaved by your emotions, by whatever action or whatever influence that makes you feel that, stimulate that emotion. You can still get into this cycle of it. And the whole purpose of this video is to highlight to you that you want your emotions to serve you for the betterment of you, to reach whatever goal that you want to reach, rather than you getting caught up in the loop of serving it and how you feel, and before you know it, your emotions have personified themselves, and you're following something that's detrimental, that's going to end you up in a ditch, not in a ditch, I'm just trying to say in a dark place in your head, and even potentially physically out, you know, externally you can have a dark experience. So, you know, it's not an easy thing to be in control of your emotions, or you know, or to even find them valuable in a way that you can be, because they're valuable. That's the other thing I'm trying to be educational on, is that, you know, your emotions have value. You know, even though they can do all of these bad things, they can only do all these bad things if you're ignorant to it. And if you don't have the courage to step out and make intentions on trying to change it, you know. But if you really want to, it can be done. It can be changed. You can put those emotions in chains. And, you know, and not even that you have to put them in chains, but you can appreciate them and respectfully tell them, hey, that is your place, your box, you stay over there. This is your place, your box, you stay over there. You can compartmentalize and still stay respectful to the emotions that's coming to you. Yes, I say respectful, I mean like you understand their values and what they can do, but you also understand that they can be detrimental if you let them cross a boundary that shouldn't be crossed. So all that goes to say, just definitely be more conscious about creating an arsenal of your emotions, or creating a place where you and your emotions are on good terms, where you know where they can be applied and when they can't, when they need to chill out and when they need to ride free, when they need to, you know, you'll know. You just got to ask God, how do I serve you and not my emotions? How do I not be overtaken by this common but vicious cycle of feeling one thing and feeling another each day as you go through something, and actually being pulled along with it? Because you can't help what you feel, and you can't help what life throws at you, but you can help how you react to it. And how you react to it depends on how stable you are with God. And if you're more stable in God, if you're stronger with God, that's the only thing that can stabilize you in such an unstable environment. This whole world is unstable. So the only thing that is stable is something actually supernatural, something actually above it, and that's God. So how do you get to a place where you're not enslaved by everything that's around you? Just trust in Him. Seek Him. Look for Him. And He's really within you. So you really ain't got to go far. You may be thinking in your head that you got to walk so far just to find Him, but really all you got to do is go into your bathroom and look at the mirror. All you got to do is look at the mirror in your room. All you got to do is pull up your phone and look at the camera. You'll see that God is sitting right there inside of you. It's like watching Lion King, and you know Simba's looking at Mufasa in the river or the pond or whatever, and he's realizing that his dad is within him, that his dad never left him, that his dad was always shining bright, and him becoming the king of the Pride Lands. But he didn't sign. Simba didn't think that he was enough. You know, he feared about being king so much that he ended up almost skipping out on his position of being king just because he was scared on messing it up or making it even worse, or even coming into this place of feeling guilty and shameful, that he was self-sabotaging himself simply because he let fear go far and beyond where it should have been. Okay, you use fear to help you train to become a better version of yourself, Hakuna Matata. But you know, once you develop that and you've done all that you can do, and you just have to go out there and literally confront the thing God has called you to, which is to be a king. You have to do it. You have to not let fear overwhelm you, because even assuming the position of king is going to take great strife and struggle to overcome, because he had to kill Scar. That's whatever that is in your life. That's a big hump to overcome. And once you do it, you are in the promised land, literally. And so you just gotta, you can't be overwhelmed or boggled down by emotions. You gotta use them as a tool. I hope that helps somebody. Like, subscribe, type down in the comments below what you thought about the video, and any ideas that you may have that you want me to speak on, or advice that you want me to give. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed it. I really, really like helping. I really pray that this gets out to somebody, and you know, it influences and it shows them something different that they never thought about before, and maybe they can make a new step in a new direction, in a new light, in a new way towards whatever they see happening that can bless their life. So anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.
Should I assume you didn't mean it like that? Or should I assume you know exactly?